everybody, and welcome back to High Button Sports here as we get set for our second game going here. The Bedford AAA team taking on Valley/Acadia. A little confusion about which team they're exactly going by. It's Acadia everywhere as they look to fix the net down here. Maybe some of the mesh a little loose. There's all four stripes standing around the circle there, but we'll start to preview this game. Nonetheless, Valley, one of the top teams this year, near the top of the standings, but Bedford coming into this one finishing second place, fresh off the Quebec tourney. A great time here in Bedford. Obviously the team that us here at High Button Sports did all season long, covering their regular season games, and pleasure to be here, being able to do some of their provincial games. Commentated probably 25 plus games here for this Bedford side. Valley, not as much, but I have done a couple of their games that I know they're a really solid team, and there's some nice jerseys out there. I talk about a solid tarp. That's a little baby blue action. We're getting set. Looks like the net is settled, and we're off to the races here. First period action. Andy Ganesh, and we are set to go. That puck, one back to the right side. Valley gonna play that back. Duffy has that bounced away, but he does a nice little stick lift, now pulling him behind. Duffy up the left side. McLean has that touch off his stick. Into the zone they come. Onside. Back in through center. Duffy covering up there nicely, keeping that in along the half wall. In the neutral zone, and has that stick out. McLean in on it. McLean pulls that puck up. Down the right side, he'll try to power through. He'll survey. Quick shot, that one played in behind. Picked up on the right side now. Try to play it back to the line. Kept in. Bedford over to McLean again. McLean stick handling. Low shot, left side. That one goes wide. Dropped off. We're missing one player here for Bedford today. Hackala. Or not Hackala, my mistake, Mood. I saw Hackala down there on the bench. They are missing Mood, however, due to an illness, so missing one of their top point scorers out there. Be interesting to see how Bedford responds to that. Work down the wall, trying to get in behind there is Hanley for Acadia. It's sent in to the end wall, and we'll head back the other way here. 1 minute and 20 seconds in, and we are off to the races for our second game here, the U13 Provincials. Face off, coming that over, back to McPhee. McPhee stick handles, plays that down the right side. Into the zone, spun out, try to cut that down. Hopkins shot in front, good pad save, rebound in front, try to jam that by. In behind, Burke gets spun around. Valley able to pick it up. Played out the right side now, lead pass to the middle again, Hanley. Hanley shot on. Gallagher Temple getting the start in net for Bedford. He makes the first shot, and then it's goal as Hanley picks it up in front. It's put by the glove, and that'll be 1-0 here early for Valley. And a little bit of pressure there. Got in behind. That'll be 1-0. And we'll head back to center with Acadia, an early lead. Second game in a row that we've had an early goal. As we get the scoreboard updated here. 1-0 to score. Hanley, 3 shots early, puts that one away, and now Bedford down 1. Just a few minutes into this, we play 3 15-minute frames with an intermission after the second. That will be jumped on and covered up. So Bedford, the top team all year long, not without their issues though, as you know, they've had a couple things happen on this year, and it's like kind of a team that likes to score in bunches. They'll score 4 goals, but then the other teams will kind of creep back into games. It seems like they're able to come out with it, but still something they've had to kind of face. But I guess if you only lose 2 games all year, you're not too about that. Sent back to the line, Duffy to hold in, played over to the left side, Land works it down. In along the half wall, trying to play that back, Burke now. Picking it up, Hakala touches it up, leaves it for Burke. Burke steps in, shot, glove down, Hakala rebound in front, stopped. Now up the right, that one gets behind, Land gonna catch up to it. Land, Hakala through the middle, touch pass, Burke again trying to push it forward, knocked off his stick in a hurry. Down low in the zone, grabbed by Reno. Reno worked it across, picked up, trying to center in front. They'll have to tag up and come back the other way. Captain here for Acadia into the wall. Grabbed and played in behind Robertson. Down low. In behind, it's tied up. In front, off the skate. That one misses out the left. Trying to spin it out, pressure along the boards. Gets by Gillis. Gillis then spins around to the line. Valley turns it over, and it could be a break the other way. Picked up, steps in, shot, scores off the rush. And Bedford will get that one right back, and it'll be 1-1. And I like that Selly as finished off a nice rush, falling down, creating the chance for himself. And well done by number 16 out there, Brian. It'll be 1-1 the score. So Bedford getting that one right back. 11:20 left to go. McPhee wins over. Sent down the length of the ice, and that'll be whistled. And we've got a tie game here, so nicely done. As like I mentioned, Ryan picked that one up off a falling player by the Valley on the blue line. Managed to just get enough of that to push it forward. He goes down into the wall, but finishes it off. One the score. Duffy picks it up. Duffy plays it off to the left side, McPhee. McPhee, a very strong defender here for the Bedford side. That one dished off to the middle, and O'Leary picks it up on a perfect pass. O'Leary, shot, save, as he had the break on the right side. Seth O'Leary trying to give Bedford a lead here early in the first period. What action here to start. Up the right side, that bounces off the stick. Picked up by Burke. Burke's gonna shoot it down. Touched up and now picked up by Rowan Black. Rowan Black up the right side. Bryant stops it. Back to Black. Black dishes it across, the pressure from Hakala though. Good job, Van Polge spins it around. He keeps it in the offensive zone. There on the left side, back to Van Polge. Trying to move that puck north. Gets it there. Nicely done. Held up, good stop play there. Gonna spin that around the right side. Duffy's gonna allow Acadia to get to it, but it'll be a battle for it in the corner. Into the right, kept in on the line. Quentin Land with a long shot into the left side. Backhanded out to center. Now just cleared in on Gallagher Temple. He tracks that one down at a diving play there. Land taking away any opportunity for a rebound as Acadia on rushing. Into the corner now, that will come out. Sinclair. Sinclair played back to the line, low shot, that one tipped in behind. Bedford getting their feet under them a little bit here in the last few minutes after an early Valley goal, but Valley trying to keep it in the offensive zone. Pressure back the other way, McLean. Into the wall, Surratt. Surratt plays it down to McLean. Hunter McLean, a large guy out there, and he's scored a couple of goals this year, I'll tell you that much. Back in behind, that one gets sent down to Robertson. Robertson up the right side to Surratt. Surrett dishes it, and that'll be sent into the penalty box, and it'll be whistled down as Burke tried to get that puck moving in the right direction, but we'll have a face-off here in the neutral zone. Goal scorer Brian back out there. Back to the line, McPhee shot that one, it bounces over to O'Leary. O'Leary down the right side. He pulls back, sent to the line, McPhee chases that, keeps it in beautifully, sent in low, that one catches a shin pad, trying to spin out in front, Brian, nice pass, gets back to the line, Hopkins shot, rebound, Valley there first. Still free in front. Brewer now with it. He'll circle out the left side, that one played back now, Valley, chipped in ahead. Back over to the wall, try to get that puck moving forward. It's backhanded down by Coleman. Cut off though. McPhee, nice long power strides in his defensive end and a hard pass to Brian on the right side. Brian holding the man off, trying to cut in front for a rebound. It gets steered aside, and now we got a penalty coming. And it looks like it'll be to Bedford as Duffy touches it up. And that'll be a penalty for head contact. Okay, so we didn't see any of those in the first game. We see one here. And we'll head into the Bedford end here and show off our fancy high button graphics there. Power play for Valley. One back to the line. Stepping into the middle, low shot, that catches the stick there, Hakala with the block, played over to the left side now, picked up by Breen. Breen in front, that one quickly cleared out of the zone, or cleared out of the harm's way, I should say, by Duffy. Now into the left side. Valley waiting for it, gonna play that back to the line. Picked up by Pearl. Pearl, low shot, tipped in front. Gallagher Temple trying to track it. Sent in, blocked to get in front. 2 minutes for Brian for head contact, so he's got a goal and a penalty and assist, and he'll have the minor league Gordie Howe hat trick. Sent to the line, and that one comes out. Valley doing a good job of holding it though. Low shot, tipped, Land getting in front of that one. In behind, Duffy with some pressure. Duffy and Land, two taller defenders out there. Very defensively sound as they try to hold it down here on the PK. Into the left side. Spun out, that one will be in behind. Duffy, fans on it, turned over in front, dished across. Oh, and a great chance there in front for Breen. Couldn't get a clean stick on it, and now chipped by the left side. Trying to beat him short-handed. Hustling that puck in. That was Van Polgeest who tried to get that move going. Van Polgeest, one of the things that stuck out to me as a player is sometimes when his defense will go and pitch in, he's the first guy back to that blue line to cover, so I'm sure his defense love him here on the Bedford team. He always keeps an eye out, and that's something I've noticed he's done all season long. 19 seconds left here in the power play, 5:59 here in the first as we roll right along in our second game of the day. 1-1 the score. Pictou County with a 5-1 win earlier this morning against Chebucto. Pictou County and Bedford, the top two teams coming in to the tournament. Everyone else trying to make a mark and get a win. Knock them down a peg. They're both the #1 seed in their respective divisions. There's two divisions as we have 8 teams, so a Division A and B. Pictou County at the top of one, Bedford at the top of the other. Both get the 2 first games here today. Back to the line, McPhee's holding, and that'll be the end of the penalty to Brian. So no power play marker for Valley, but they did have a chance at it. The one dish in front there that went across was a great opportunity that went by the wayside, I suppose you could say. Brian now chipping that in, back through the middle. That'll split the defense, back to Gallagher Temple. Gallagher Temple cleanly works that into the corner. McPhee and Acadia with a full-scale line change. Looked like they had about 10 guys on the ice at the same time. They're coming and going. Hackler tries to work a front shot, and they finish it off. Bedford up 2-1 here after the penalty kill. As I believe that was Burke who finished off a Hackler pass, and he immediately looked right at him, gave him the point, and they'll head back to the bench, up 1 goal. So the early goal for Valley, fully negated now, 2-1 the score. In the middle, Valley player losing the stick there. Number 96, McGraw.
Bedford goal, score number 9, Max Burke.
Okay, so Burke did end up getting the goal there. Hopkins and Hackler with the assists. McLean tries to work that down the left side. The goal scorer, McLean, puts it through and tries to finish it off. It just worked into the corner. Back to Duffy. In on the wall. Burke still out there after his goal. Duffy gonna chase it back in the zone. Hand it off. He stick handles, works it up the right side to an open Surratt. Surratt to Burke. Burke has time to shoot. Left side, another save, a great save there in net. Trying for the second rebound. It's worked in front. McLean can't get a clean stick on it. In net there, Meaden for Valley. Meaden with a couple of consecutive stops there. Kept in the zone though. Bedford circling. Bryan in front. That one misses McLean's stick once again. In on the wall. He cuts to the middle. Handed off to Duffy. Duffy wide open on the point. Now he'll make a round 2. Can't get by the third though as that puck falls off his stick, and Bedford circling here with 3:16 to go in the first. Up 1. In around the end zone, and around the end of the zone. That one's shot in low, and it'll be free in front. Rebound, stays out, another chance, and it's in as they stuff that one home. Off a second rebound, and a frustrated Meaden back there. Well, actually, no, he doesn't look too frustrated, just whipping that helmet off. I think maybe getting that hair settled, but that'll be in the back of the net. We'll have to wait for the official word on who put that one home, but 3-1 now, the score. Into center. That's one back to the line, fanned on by O'Leary. Dished across, Gillis up to Bryan. Back into the zone, Hackler into the back right corner. Bryan finishes that one, so Bryan with 2 here in the first period. O'Leary and Land get points on that as well. Just back to Robertson. Robertson stick handles. He plays up the right side. Hackler trying what he can to get that puck free, but it'll be back to Bryan, then Robertson again. Missing the pass. That'll be sent down, steered aside, picked up now by Pearl. Pearl there for Valley, the assistant captain. Hard pass to the middle. Into the left side, they'll bring it in just onside. Dropping into the zone, Hanley. In front now, McLean. Back into the right side, Surratt. He'll hold, try to use the hands to get by, but it'll be knocked off the stick. Chop that there, McPhee. McPhee shoots it down the length of the ice. And now Valley will tag up. Pearl trying to work it down the right side. Into the middle. Surratt grabs it, and Bedford keeping that puck moving north. McPhee has time to shoot, and he snipes that one left side. And that was a beauty. And that'll be 4-1 as McPhee saw the spot, fired it home. And I said, one of the top D-men here on this team, he's got the defense, he's got the shot, and he just showed us here in the first period on High Button Sports what he was made of with that one. That one was so nice, it got some oohs and ahs from the crowd. Into center. Bedford moving it forward. Brian passed across to O'Leary. Couldn't get that off.
And number 17, Hunter McLean.
McLean and Surratt get on the score sheet for the first time here. Back in behind, they're going to circle. Final minute to play here in the first. Hand it off to the right side. Remember, we're only going to have about a 30-second break in between the first and second, so you're not going to want to go anywhere. We'll have the intermission after the second and third, but that's what the situation is. 33 seconds here to go in the first. Lead pass ahead. Down the left side, Burke gonna pull it in, a toe drag across. Onto the stick. Down the right side, that bounces in behind. Gillis gonna leave it for Robertson. 20 seconds to go here in the first. Robertson, the first year. The rookie spinning around, turning that puck over down the wall. Breen now with it. Breen, shot, scores! And Breen gets Acadia right back in this one late with 9.6 seconds to go, and holy, I think he saw that McPhee shot and said, that's what you can do, this is what I can do. 4-2 the score, and oh my goodness, that one was under the bar in a hurry, and props that young man Breen out there. It's 4-2 the score. We got a long way to go, folks. The one power play for head contact earlier in the period, but that'll take us down to the end of the first. So a late goal by Valley keeps this within 2. And Breen will get that one, but we'll be back here for the second period in 30 seconds. Do not go anywhere. And 30-second break, get some water. We are ready to go. 15-minute second frame here. Down the left side, Bedford gonna pull that back, and we are in for our second period here. 4-2, a late goal by Valley, keeping the game here within reach. My rule of thumb, what I always say, is if you're down 3, you need that next goal. You need that next goal, and Valley making good on that. That little line there, that one's sent into the left side. That one's gonna bounce over. Hanley back to Force. Force back down to Hanley. Hanley has one here tonight. That one tipped in front. Spinning around the other way. Up the right wall, that one's gonna fall in behind, chased after. Acadia gets to it first. Cohen Pearl now over to the right side. Back to McPhee. McPhee steps in. That one rolls off the stick into the back glass. Getting caught up in the arms there, but land down the right side. In behind Force. Dished off. Try to return pass. That bounces off the stick. Into the zone they come. Chipped back into the corner. Duffy trying to catch to it first, but Acadia player, good job hustling down into the wall there by Breen. Breen, the man who scored the snipe there at the end of the first. They'll head back the other way. Past the middle, Burke. Burke holds, can't get the shot off. Tries to jam it in on the side, and oh, it's free for a second. That one was an interesting one. It was on the left side. It was up against the post, and the Valley player there had his stick up against it. I think it was Hunter Martin, and they tried to jam his stick into the puck past the post. So some, what is the word I'm looking here? Some intuition there, you know, you see the opportunity, I guess. They'll try to take it and eventually stayed out and got the whistle. I mean, their second goal of the game there, Bedford, was a fourth chance try where the puck was never fully covered. So if they've seen it once this game, they'll try it again. That one's sent in by Land. It'll be covered up. Get some fresh legs out here. Left side. Trying to play that back to the line. McPhee gets it, pushed into the corner. Picked up now. Set back into the zone. Bringette works that across. Picked up by Gillis. Gillis holds the blue line, sends that back around. Valley down 2 here, playing pretty good defensively, keeping things to the outside. But they have been playing in that defensive zone here a bit. McPhee, the D-man with the goal here, wrapping around, trying to dish off. That one turned over now to the wall, picked up by Black. Black tries to get it out, it's to the line. That's gonna bounce off, back to the blue line, picked up by Valley. Shot on. Hackler there to break up the pass. Now left side, they'll play it back in. Hackler chopping away at it. Back to the line, they'll chip it ahead. Hackler on it once again. The right winger out there getting some action right now. Back into McPhee. McPhee dishes it to Gillis. Gillis has some time and space. He'll find big Hunter McLean in the middle. Hunter McLean, about a foot taller than the nearest guy on the ice. Grips that by on the right side. Back into Duffy. Duffy across to Gillis. Gillis chipped up the wall. That one freed in towards the middle. They'll go for it though. Left side. Lead pass up the wall. Duffy cuts off. Back in behind and circling. Duffy, good crossovers, works it up the right side, bounces off Surrette's stick. Good cutoff play there by Force on Valley, but puck's still alive. Into the offensive zone, McLean spun off it. Force staying with him. Oh, and he'll get knocked down by McLean. No arm up by the referee. I will say, the first game I was curious as to how the refs would call this provincial championship here. And there wasn't much calls, to be honest. We saw a headshot earlier in this one, but no hitting penalties, something you're not allowed to do at this level. We could get into that later if we want, but that's a rant I suppose I'll save for a bigger, less interesting time in the game, I suppose, maybe during a whistle. But played down low up the left side. Valley now finding some time, trying to shoot that one down. Robertson grabbing. Robertson chipped up the wall, kind of sends that in to Breen, back to Robertson. He backhands it over to O'Leary. O'Leary, hard pass up the left side. Brewer gonna take that off the bounce. He'll step in, shot that one, knocked in behind off the blade of the stick. Back down in behind now. They'll get tied up quick one-timer in front. O'Leary can't get all of it, but O'Leary all over it here in the first half of this game. Comes in through center, glove down, offside regardless. Point I was going to make there a second ago, you know, once you reach the AAA level here for U13, that you're not allowed to hit, but I believe the skill level of play, especially in the provincials here with all the top teams, basically, when you get to this skill level, there's going to be natural body contact in hockey and such, and sometimes the referees will kind of get caught tripping over each other. Well, anytime there is any sort of contact, there's no direct hitting obviously allowed. That should be a penalty, but sometimes incidental contact where the body is played will get called for body contact, and that's when games kind of spin out of control. I've seen games with 20+ penalties due to this year, so if it was up to me, maybe I'd say add hitting into just the AAA level, as it was like for a long time before they moved it to just U15 and 18, but nonetheless not up to me, so that's kind of how it goes. You avoid the body contact, and then when you get to U15, you spend the first half of the year trying to get adjusted to it. Anyway, we'll be back at it here. Valley cutting in through the zone down the right side. Chipped in down low. McPhee gonna pick it up here. Under 10 minutes to go in the second. That's played over to Surrett. Surrett now picking up speed through the middle. One-man show here. Shot on. Nice job staying on top of that one. Meaden doing some good positional work there in the net. Not panicking when player barreling down on him. That one knocked off the stick there by Hanley. Hanley with an active stick here. He'll get it back on the line, try to flip it back the other way. McLean will cut him off. Back into Land in the middle. McLean all tied up in the skates. Now back through center they come. Backhanded into the corner. Duffy gonna pick that up off the bounce. The end wall over to Land. No, intercepted. Valley trying to wrap that around. And a good job. Gonna have to see as a nice job there, I believe, by Brian, as the defense were kind of stuck behind the net, and he put that stick out and stopped a potential shot from the slot. Back over to Hanley. He'll play it in behind. Land gonna pick that up off the bounce. 8 minutes to go here in the second as we roll right along. Haven't had a whistle here in a minute. Land gonna elect to hold on down the right side, bouncing off O'Leary's stick into the zone. Burke picking it up, and a nice diving play there, taking away a chance. Valley up the left side, gonna try to work it ahead. Land picks it up off the bounce. Back over to Brewer. Mitch Brewer to the line, intercepted. O'Leary fans on it from the slot, and that'll be covered up. We'll have a whistle on our play here, halfway through the second period almost. Draw here, played back to the line. They'll hold that in. Down the right side it comes. Chipped out to the middle. Acadia working up the left side. That's picked off. Hackle putting a little pressure on there on the wall. Back in, chipped by, and it gets ahead. Bedford trying to turn it back the other way now. Van Polge's shot. Nice tough one in front. Trying to finish off with a rebound, and they do. Bedford. Van Polge's put that one up high. The rebound bounced out in front, and it was finished off. It looks like Burke's the one celebrating. We'll head back here, put another one on the scoreboard, and head to center.
Bedford goals, scorer number 9, Maddox Burke.
Sent back the other way. Valley now with some work to do. And Polge's the one who kind of created that play. He'll get the primary assist. Valley in front, try to play it across. And ahead they come, left side, looking for some space. They're gonna pass it off. Had a lane to the net, but tried to get it back to McLean. Surrett now down low. In behind now, left side, Valley grabbing. 6:27 to go here in the second. Halfway through the second. We haven't had barely any whistles here in the second period, but remember, we'll have a 10-minute break after this one, and we'll be back for the 15-minute third. Score currently 5-2. Chip back in. Land gonna hand that off. Duffy and Land. Duffy has that go through the feet. Pressure down low. Breen on him. Lead pass. McLean receives that nice through the legs. Down the left side. Tried to muscle that puck towards the net. Couldn't get it on. Back into the corner again. Breen. Tied up with O'Leary into the middle. Burke. Burke's gonna try to cut out in front. Can't get there. Down past center. They'll shoot that one the length of the ice. Land gonna pick it up. Into the back right corner. In front, backhand. That one misses wide. O'Leary gonna grab that. Chipped in, free puck there in the middle, touched up, and that won't go for icing as it was touched, but it'll be covered up there by Meaden. So 5:15 to go here in the second period, 5-2 game. Tail of the tape here so far. An early goal by Valley made it 1-0. Took about 5 minutes for Bedford to get back into it. Since then, they've scored a couple of late goals at the end of the first period. For Valley, made it 4-2, but the goal here in the last few minutes, restoring that 3-goal lead. So you know what we say about 3-goal leads. Valley needs the next one here. You want to get that thing down to 2. Robertson in along the boards. He'll board battle with Sinclair. Back to Sinclair. He tries to chip in front. Back to the line. Shot. Saved by Gallagher Temple. That puck kind of spurted out a bit, but it was covered. Gillis now kind of getting into it there in front. Back in behind. Robertson tries to stay on it. Gillis in behind, up to McLean. On the left side, McLean pokes it by. He's going to pick up speed. Gets it around, and he'll get hung up, and we'll have our first power play for Bedford as McLean's hard work and hustle there, creating the power play coming down the left side. I like McLean out there for a couple of reasons. First of all, usually big men kind of can't really skate as strong, kind of more known for their size, but for a large kid out there, that's never really been a problem for McLean. He's a strong skater, and he's got a good heads-up IQ on how to get that puck to the net, and he's a Connor McDavid fan. Favorite player out there. I believe he's an Oilers fan, just like myself, so if you're an Oilers fan, then you're instantly up a few notches in my book. That back to the line. Land tries to keep it in. That one cut to the middle. Shot on, and a nice hard shot by Burke. Just misses top right. Trying to pop that water bottle off. Slap shot it out. That one gets past Duffy, and they'll circle back. Bedford with their first power play of the game here with 4:08 to go. Down the right side, McLean. He hands that puck back. Intercepted along the wall. Land there though to work it back to the middle. McLean. Into the zone. On the wall, that back to Land. Land's gonna circle into the zone. He's gonna survey. 3:37 to go in the second, 1:04 to go on the power play. Sent back down to Duffy. Valley trying to keep this a 3-goal game heading into the third period. You can head back to the room, you know, you get a little pep talk from the coach. Maybe come up with some fresh legs. Get the captain to give a few words. You never know what's gonna happen, but the 3-goal deficit's about as large as you want to keep this one here against this dangerous Bedford team. Gillis down the right side. He'll hand that off towards the middle. Hackle. That one won't get through. Freed up to Acadia. Back to the line. McPhee holds the line. McPhee handed off. That missing the stick of Gillis. Gillis down the right side. Nice hustle there by Force. Back in behind. Spun around there. On the wall, they'll survey. 9 seconds left to go in the power play. O'Leary, hand back to the line. McPhee picks up that pass down to Hackala, chipped into the corner, and that'll be back to 5-on-5. So successful kill there when they needed it for Valley. Back in behind, cut off by McPhee. He's going to pinch down, and you can just see Hackala comes back and holds the line. Just the little things like that. That one's sent in the zone. That's going to bounce down, and it'll go for an icing with 2:04 left to go in the second. But it's the little things like that that make a team good to great. If you see one of your defenders who's maybe privy to a rush down the wing, you be that first man back on the line to cover it, and if you can hold it in on a tough play on the blue line, even better. So, very impressive stuff there. Not the only player there to do it, but I'm going to keep my eye out for that. See if any of the other teams, who I don't really see as much, can do the same. I'm sure they're hearing the same stuff from the coach, but like I said, just the little things like that. Good to great. Good to great when you're trying to develop at this level. If you can instill that sort of tip in your son and not to be selfish out there on the ice, your son or daughter, then those are the things that can make the difference. Down the right side, Valley going to pull that back. In the corner, we've got 90 seconds to go here in the second period. Sent back to McPhee. McPhee gonna cancel out that icing. He sends a saucer pass to McLean. He picks it up on the backhand, try to spin it out. In towards the middle. Brian with a stick on it. McLean circling back around, looking for that lead pass. He'll actually just hold on to it, tipped off the end of the stick. Will we see a late goal here for Valley to get them back in it like we did in the first? Down the left side. Pushed in by Breen into the corner. He's getting pressured from McPhee behind, but Breen staying with it. He tries to spin out, comes to the line. That bounces off the stick into the corner. Bedford regains possession. It's sent back out. Gonna lead that puck in. Grabbed, and linesman takes a tumble there at center, but Valley circling back in their own end here with 23 seconds to go. Hackle keeping it in, tried to chip in, low side shot, can't get it. Back in behind McLean, up the wall, falling down, free puck there, Hackle, 10 seconds to go. He'll get it back to McPhee. McPhee, hard shot, misses left side, Burke picking it up. Burke then gonna play that down to McLean. McLean tries to muscle it to the net. He will not, and that'll take us to the end of the second period. So 5-2 Bedford over Acadia after 2. We'll take a 10-minute break here and be back with the third. Don't go anywhere. everybody, and welcome back to third period action between Bedford and Acadia here, trying to get our second winner of the day. Pictou County with a 5-1 win earlier. Bedford in control here heading into the third, but we got 15 fresh minutes on the clock. And Valley trying to claw their way back into this one here. We'll head back into the other end. Early Valley goal canceled out by Bedford shortly after. They took a 4-1 lead heading at the end of the first period. Valley put one home in the last 9 seconds, and then one goal scored there in the second. Valley trying to get the next one. That one sent back in, up the left side. Picked up by Breen. Breen's got one. He's had a good game here for Valley so far today. Puck in behind, falling down into the corner. Breen's gonna circle back on it though. Breen back to the blue line. Shot in, tipped wide. Trying to get that up the wall. Poked in and delayed offside there as on the line. A little confusion. We'll have our first whistle of the third period. So after this, we're going to see Tassa taking on Eastern Shore at 4 p.m. Then we're going to have the opening ceremonies. Will not be streamed, but I'm sure I could fill you guys in on what you missed afterwards. And then the final game of the day will be between Dartmouth and the home host team, Antigonish. So everyone getting a little action here today on day one of the 2023 Provincials. That one's sent in, it's in behind and rolls down the back. Gallagher Temple somehow kept that one out. In on the left side, spun across, and now a collision down in front. They're all tied up. Whoa, and a rare penalty coming for McPhee as he heads off to the box, frustrated. Not really known for an aggressive side there, McPhee, but he heads in. Little slam on the bench, and maybe they're going to get coincidentals. The arm was up, a holding. Oh, a roughing and a hooking. Oh, and the other side there, slamming the stick down there. That looks to be number 24, Coleman. So Coleman and McPhee head to the box after a little skirmish there, and assistant coach here, Coach Snide, talking to McPhee in the box, giving him a little word. You guys ever have that happen when you're playing? You're frustrated after a penalty and the assistant coach comes over, maybe peeks his head in behind the door, tries to maybe calm you down. Just saw a case of that. Like I said, McPhee not really known for an aggressive side, so frustrating for him perhaps. Both young men seemed frustrated by that call, so both thought they did nothing wrong. Both ended up in the box. Coincidental, so it'll remain 5-on-5. It was interesting because the arm was up beforehand, so maybe it was what came after the whistle that evened it out. Someone was about to get a power play. Back to Duffy. Duffy circling up the right side into the zone. Brian, he'll get spun out. Tried to play back, circling around, in on the feet. McPhee, okay, so McPhee got the roughing call there, and the holding. So that kind of makes me think that maybe Coleman held him before. That would have been the power play, and then McPhee got the 2 minutes after to even it out because he gave a little shot back. That kind of makes sense in my head, I suppose. Nonetheless, still even 5-5 here. 12-13 to go here in the third. Played up the right side, trying to lead that one on. It's back on. Down low, Robertson picks it up. He'll stop up in the end. Boyd's getting some pressure, tries to chip it back to McLean. It's down and behind. Burke, one of the top offensive players on this Bedford team this season. He's been at the forefront of some of the offense here, but not much. A good block there. Acadia circling back. Held on to by Pearl. Pearl up the right side. Sent back in off the skate, back to the line. held in. Oh, McLean leans into that one. It's freed up, steered aside by Gallagher Temple. Surrett now to the line, tipped in front. That one's going to be pushed into the corner. Gillis stops. On the wall. That stick will come down, back towards the middle. Valley looking for the outlet. That'll head down and go for an icing. And Acadia coaches didn't like that call very much as it missed the mark, threw a couple sticks. But we'll head down here, 11:04 to go in the third. No, looks like they're going to be going center. So the rare face-off at center in the middle of the period. Almost never see that. It's all for Zebras. Talking there in the middle. 2 linesmen, 2 referee system here this weekend. Held over, that one chipped in behind, picked up by Duffy. Duffy ricochet pass over to Land. Land up the left side, tipped off the stick. Trying to push that thing forward. Grabs on. In ahead, cutting to the middle. Brian held on to, tries to jam it in. And then wrap around, that one covered. Let go. Valley going back the other way. Duffy trying to get the angle on him. Down the wall, Hanley. Hanley for another rush. He gets spun out. Duffy and Hanley going at it in the corner. On the wall, that one pulled them behind. Land. Land left side. Chip back to the blue line. Backhanded in ahead. Duffy now. Right side to Brian. Brian makes one move to get around and loses control. Brian started the scoring for Bedford and he'll get hit there and it'll be another power play coming. 9:58 left to go in the third. Bedford up 3, heading to the man advantage. Trying to put this thing out of reach. Hot start from Valley. Since then, Bedford's gonna come around a little bit. Valley still don't, get some offensive opportunities. Hanley, especially Nolan Breen, a couple of those forwards, certainly trying to make stuff happen. Bedford kind of seems locked in right now, though. They're playing a good game so far. Sometimes you come into these tournaments with a lot of pressure and you're nervous and it's provincials and you've worked all season long for this. You finally made it to the end and you might not put your best showing on, but I'm not getting that vibe here from Bedford. Sent back in the other way. Gillis grabbing. Jackson Ringette will be in the box there. Down to Burke. In front, Burke grabs it again, shot, scores, and he pops the water bottle up a bit. And I was saying he's one of the offensive guys here on Bedford. And just shortly after, he finishes it off for what I believe is his first of the game. So 6-2 the score, and now Valley with that dreaded 4-goal deficit. Gonna need the next one here. 9:08 to go in the third. Have some work to do. Worked over. Duffy stick handling over to the left side. Wind up. Back to the middle. We'll try to steer it on. Going around there. Van Poel East. That one sent into the glass. And London Gillis with the assist. And Max Bryan. Bryan has had a great game. I mean, I don't name the MVPs, but we'll be curious to see who gets it at the end of this one for both sides. So 6-2 the score after a power play goal. And now Valley Forward there, Kerrigan getting a little frustrated, ready for that puck to drop, and he gets a clean win. Kerrigan back to Forrest. Forrest with a nice pass over to the right side. They're going to try to chip that down and behind. Robertson picks it up, dishes it up the wall. In behind, taking a tumble. Now trying to play that around. Chip up the right wall, turned over to the middle. Coleman shooting it back in. Held back over to Gillis. Gillis backhands, picks up by O'Leary. And Polgeese grabs it, hands it off to Robertson. Robertson, the defense, cutting down the side. Nice move between the legs. Hard shot, and the snapshot goes in, and Bedford will go up 7-2. And was that Alistair McPhee with his second shot goal of the day? And I think I can see his dad smiling over there, so maybe I'm right on that one. We'll wait for the official marking. Is a big smile on the face of the McPhee father, and a good game for McPhee. He definitely could be put in for the player of the game bid. We'll see. 7-2 the score now, 7:52 left to go in the third. Locked in behind. McLean trying to play that puck forward, and it was Alistair McPhee, so my reading of the proud father's face paying off there as Braxton with another assist and Hakala with another one. Hakala, multi-point game here. Trying to play that puck forward. Valley not giving up here, showing a lot of heart. They're pushing and keeping that puck in the offensive zone nicely. Making every effort to get to that puck first. Shot in low, that one catches the skate. Sinclair. Brewer looking for the bounce pass. Back to Land across. O'Leary now on the right side, he'll pull that puck in. O'Leary deking away. Down the wall, Burke tries to center in front. That one can't get back to Duffy. Valley try to chip off the boards. He'll get to it first. Nice cut moves down low there for Duffy. He puts his head up, gets up the wall, sent across. Picked up by Jeremy Wilson, number 35. Now up the wall again. Martin. Shot on, and that one catches the pants, sent into the corner. Back in around the wall, trying to play that in ahead. Brian, chip across. He's got Burke in the middle. Can't get the pass off, so he'll circle back in behind. Under 6 minutes to go, and now the net knocked off. Haven't been to the Antigonish Arena enough to know if the net coming off is frequent. The first 2 games here, we haven't seen it very much, so I'd be inclined to say no, but I'll have to see a little bit more. Some rinks are kind of known for the loose net. I'm sure it's killed many of good rushes at those said rinks. Back into McLean. McLean skating that out down the right side. He'll get pushed all the way into the corner. Played in behind. Acadia skating after it. Kerrigan on the wall now. Van Polgeest. He tries to hold. Hands off to McLean. Gets knocked off the stick before it can get there. Now back to Kerrigan again. Free puck in the middle. Kerrigan up the right side. Gillis cutting it off to the middle and shot back into Kerrigan. He bounces around a couple times, then surveys. Back in behind Robertson. Robertson circling in behind up to Gillis. Gillis will lay a bit of a push there at the end of the play. Sent back in the other way. Valley down the right side, knocked off the stick. McLean works it forward. Right side, Hakala. Hakala, drop pass McLean. He winds up. That rolls up high on the right side. All tied up. Ringette shoots it to the right. Valley looking to put one in here. Late, 7-2 the score, 4:41 to go. McPhee over to Surrett. Surrett trying to skate that down. Knocked back in behind for McPhee. McPhee then circling. He's looking for his third of the game. That one's shot, glove down. The defense looking for his hat trick. Walking back to that blue line and slowly waiting. Now it's set back the other way. Dished across. Picked up nicely by Breen. Breen in front. Breen shot. Scores. And Nolan Breen will get a second. That'll be 7-3. An individual effort. He'll get the fist pumps, but not doing too much. Other than that, 7-3 the score. We'll head back to center with 4:08 to go here in the third. 4-goal game here. Valley trying to make a last-second push. That one rifled off the bar. Down and behind. Duffy tries to play it across. It's chipped up the wall. Hustled after into the zone there. Wilson catches it off the skate. Sent back the other way for Land. Land looking in behind. He's going to hold on. Pushed into the wall. Stick lift there. Now Land. Lead pass into the skates. Spun around. Trip. Greeno played that across. In towards the middle. Back to Duffy. Up the right side. Brian into the offensive zone. And a stick coming up in there, and that should be a penalty as Valley touches up and, let me guess, hooking. So guess. Sometimes harder than you think. But not on that one. 7-3 the score here. 3:11 left to go in the third. Bedford will head to the power play. Gonna put one more in here. Remember, our next game will be between Tasta and Eastern Shore at 4 p.m. So we'll have a little break in between the action, and then we'll be back with our third game of the day. And then we'll have our fourth game at 6:30. Shot in. That bounced high on the right side. In behind, taking a couple pushes in front of the net, and then another push down. I think if it wasn't a delayed penalty, that one probably could have gone, but they're going to work it back the other way. Valley looking for an odd man rush here, short-handed, down the right side. Going to hold on to it and just circle around there, Kerrigan. And then he's going to skate it all the way into his zone. Pressure by Brian. Kerrigan dishes across. That one picked up by Ringette. Pressure though. Kerrigan in on it now in the corner. Bank pass to the line. Gillis wind up, shot. That one hit someone before it could reach in front. Back into McLean. McLean back to Gillis. Down the left side. That one in behind. Ryan on it. McLean keeping it alive. Gillis to the line. 1 minute left to go in the power play. That one tipped in and it'll find the back of the net. And I think it was tipped home by Brian as he adds another one to the stat sheet, and that'll be 8-3 the score. So Bedford took over this game after going down early. In game 2 of our round robin here at the Provincials. The first afternoon, proud to be here. Jeff Warburton, the name, bringing you all the provincial action this weekend. Back to the line, they'll play that up the left side, hustle after. Into the zone they come, trying to cut him off. McPhee now grabbing. McPhee lead pass, that hits the skate though. Van Polge's spun out, catches the glass. 97 seconds to go. So Brian will add another one. Ball into the boards there. Gillis with an assist. Playing with an assist. Sent down in the other way. O'Leary chasing. Under 90 seconds to go. Grab to Duffy. Duffy, hard shot. That one misses a few feet left. Land will take a bump in along the board. So you see that one there wasn't called a penalty, and I agree that isn't a penalty. Maybe there's some sort of element of body checking in there, stepping in, shot that one high, but I don't know if that's enough to warrant 2 minutes in the box in a game, even at this level, that has this sort of speed and intensity. And this sort of, I mean, even at this level, even at this point in the game of an 8-3 game. We'll keep an eye on that as the tournament continues. Right there, they let them play. Obviously, we saw the coincidentals earlier, but we'll just have to see. O'Leary works across. Rhett, that one gets through the legs. Back in behind to Duffy. Duffy's circling around. He grabs, hard pass to McLean up the middle. McLean trying to skate that down the right side. Across to Bryant, spin around, Land. Land has 17 seconds. He shoots it for the pass. A little high off the ground. Into the right side, and we're into our final 10 seconds of play. Dished across, Land, shot. That one steered aside. 3 seconds to go, 1 second. That'll stay out, but that'll do it. So, Bedford coming away with the 8-3 victory in their first round robin game. A great game for Bedford. Valley will head off down 1. And the celebration will happen there. We're just going to wait for the handshakes. Then they're going to do the MVPs, and then we'll get out of here and see you in 45 minutes for Tassa versus Eastern Shore. Eastern Shore, actually, the only team in this who pulled off an upset in the playoffs to get here, beating Sackville. They were middling seeds, I believe 6 and 7, but it was the only upset. Every other one was even. So we'll wait for the MVPs to be given away here.
MVP for the Valley goes to number 7, Nolan Breen.
So Nolan Breen taking it away. No surprise there. Great effort by him out there. 2 goals.
MVP for Bedford goes to number 60, Max Bryan.
And Bryan gets it there for Bedford. So there we'll have it. He started the scoring. He got a few more in there, and he'll take away the MVP in their first provincial game. So that'll do it. 8-3 the score here. Bedford versus Acadia. We'll be back at 4 with Tassa versus Eastern